Hello everyone, welcome to Nature Studies. Today's topic is salamanders. Since today's video is about salamanders, I thought it would be fun to film in front of a salamander. Say hi, Sushi. Good girl. There are 655 salamander species in the world, and 112 of those salamander species are found in the United States. There are 56 species of salamanders found in the state of Virginia. In Augusta County, you can find around 22 species. Salamanders, like frogs and toads, are amphibians, so we know that they go through a change at some point in their life. Most salamanders start off their life as an egg in water. When the egg hatches, it'll stay in the water for a couple months to a couple years, depending on the species. As you know, some salamanders never go through a change. Like axolotls, they stay in the water their whole life. The salamanders who do go through a change and go to live on land will always stay close to water or in a moist environment so that their skin doesn't dry out. Many salamanders will find what's called vernal pools when it's time for mating. A vernal pool is just a pool of water that only appears in the spring. At these vernal pools, the male and the female will mate, the male will leave, the female will lay her eggs, and then she will leave as well. Most salamanders do not stay with their young. There are a few who do, but only until they've hatched. Once they hatch, they are all on their own. Salamander eggs only take a couple of days to a couple of weeks to hatch. The salamanders will hatch and they'll start developing even more outside of their egg. Usually they're born with gills. Once they've lost their gills and their lungs have developed, they'll move on land and spend the rest of their life on land. Salamanders are generally found in or around water or in very moist environments. You can usually find salamanders in brooks, streams, under logs, under rocks, and things like that. Their habitat needs to be moist, but it also can't be too hot. If it gets too warm, oftentimes salamanders will die. Salamanders are often mistaken for lizards because they share a lot of same characteristics. Typically, a salamander will have short stubby legs, a tail, a rounded face, and an elongated body. And they almost always have 4 limbs. Some, like the siren, do not have 4 limbs, but you find those in southern Virginia. Virginia has a lot of salamanders living in our state because of the Appalachian Mountains. They are a perfect habitat for salamanders. So all of the salamanders in our county are the Jefferson salamander, the spotted salamander, the marbled salamander, eastern tiger salamander, northern dusky salamander, seal salamander, Allegheny Mountain dusky salamander, northern two-lined salamander, southern two-lined salamander, long-tailed salamander, Blue Ridge spring salamander, northern spring salamander, four-toed salamander, red-spotted newt, eastern red-backed salamander, white-spotted slimy salamander, northern slimy salamander, valley and ridge salamander, cow knob salamander, big levels salamander, eastern mud salamander, and the northern red salamander. Many salamanders are in danger of extinction because of habitat loss and pollution. The way that you can help is just don't litter. And if you see litter, pick it up and throw it away. Move it to the trash can. It gets in our waterways, and some animals and salamanders will sometimes try to eat our garbage and they end up getting sick. Virginia has a really cool salamander, the Shenandoah salamander. It's only found in the Shenandoah National Park. This salamander is critically endangered. It's at a very high risk for being extinct because it's only found in one small area. The National Park Service is doing all that they can to keep this critically endangered species from going extinct. The Shenandoah salamander is critically endangered because it lives in such a small area they also have a very particular way that they like to live, which is only found in the Shenandoah National Park. Just like with the frogs and toads video, I'm going to link the website for the Virginia Herpetological Society because they have a lot of great information about salamanders on their website. Alright, and that's all for today. I hope you guys have a great week.